happening right now in our nation's capital.
We do a grave injustice to ourselves.
His famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s historic words are reverberating across the country. Our Rob Munoz joins us now live from the Satellite Center. And Rob, you spoke with a local woman who was there that day 50 years ago.
And she's very proud of having been there while that speech happened, much like the people in Washington, D.C. right now for the anniversary. But she says over time, she feels like the message is beginning to get a little lost.
At this time,
August 28th, 1963, the nation's capital.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Dr. Martin Luther King spoke before the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom 50 years ago. Valrico resident Althea Lee and 250,000 with her sat captivated.
When he started with the dream, there was absolute silence. And I think we all absorbed it. It was an injection of faith. And it was as if we were all dusted by some angel, and we just kept going.
Then a 20-year-old college student, she and her friends found themselves at the front of the crowd with this sign thrust into their hands.
As I said, we had an agenda. Our agenda was to meet our friends and have a good time. That disappeared.
Enthralled with what they witnessed that day, Lee felt as one with the peaceful crowd.
You know, if you were hungry, somebody gave you a sandwich. If you wanted to drink, somebody poured some water on you. It was just a love fest.
But she says 50 years later, she sees us losing our vision.
You are acutely aware of who you are and how other people view you. And that's a burden.
Based off what she saw that day, she says she knows we can still bind ourselves together. Now, right now, you can see the Bahamian Prime Minister just finishing up his speech in Washington, D.C. Now, I asked Althea Lee if she wishes she could be there as part of the 50th anniversary. She tells me no. With a wistful smile, she says she's been there and done that. Now, I want to mention a couple of things happening in the next hour in Washington. The NAACP President Chairman Rosalind Brock will be speaking. There'll also be a traditional performance by Maori dancers. And Lynn Stratford, the Senior Vice President of UNICEF's U.S. Fund, will also take the podium. Dia has much more on how you can watch all of that live on our website. But in the Satellite Center, I'm Rob Munoz, ABC Action News.